Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 30 of Direwolf20's Let's Play OceanBlock series, where I'm just in my test world to show you guys. I spent the last hour trying to find a solution to our Cursed Earth problem that we came up with last episode, and I've come up with nothing. Bupkis. Nada. I've tried exchangers, I've tried swapping wands, I've tried integrated dynamics, I've tried all the things, and I've had no luck. Absolutely none. So I think I'm officially calling it quits on getting Cursed Earth working the way I want it to work, which is a toggleable solution, one that we can turn on and off. There might be a way that I'm just not thinking of, but I mean, I'm sure there's mods that may solve these problems for us. There might be other mods we could use to make this work. But what I'm telling you is that I personally am not finding any mod that's currently in this pack that will work in the way I want it to. So with that said, we're going to jump over to the actual world and start playing. All right, so let's do the thing. My plan then would be to do the thing I wasn't going to do, but I think it's really the only option. Let's do mechanical dirt. Does that sound like a plan? So to make mechanical dirt, we're going to need a smidge of liquid meat. Just a smidge. Just a tiny little bit. Just a smidgen, if you will. So what I think I might do is start with Cursed Earth. We will use the Cursed Earth to generate a bunch of liquid meat. Then we can use the liquid meat to get mechanical dirt, that will then be toggleable with a redstone signal, because you know we can turn these on and off with a redstone signal, and we can do some cool red power stuff to make that happen. Does that sound cool? I like that plan. So give me my Cursed Earth. Let's get... There should be a mob crusher. And is there... There's a mob duplicator. What else is there? Mob duplicator? Mob slaughter factory. These are the things that I would like. Mob slaughter factory is going to need a couple of swords. This is the one that makes the stuff. Now, in theory, we could absolutely, by the way, get away with just leaving the Cursed Earth there all the time. I want a turn on and off feature, just because I like being able to turn on and off my mob farm. But in theory, we could absolutely just have Cursed Earth running all the time and just leave it alone, and it'll constantly spawn mobs and never be able to turn it off. We could turn on the lights, and what would happen is eventually the mobs would, or the Cursed Earth would turn into dirt, right? So that's, you know, if you want to use Cursed Earth, you can. It works. It's a perfectly functional mechanic, right? Let's see. Where am I at with Tyrion? I could use a little bit more. Let's get a couple stacks of you real quick. Actually, hang on to you because I want the chisel. Where is my chisel? Oh, I put it away for some reason. All right, you become that so that we can then do... Sweet. Actually, you were supposed to... Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, maybe I'll just exchange with this real quick. Sweet. All right. So let's do it... How about here-ish, right? So we want to be right in the center-ish of the room. And I'm going to have the mob slaughter factory. That's right, you guys face opposite of the player placement. And the mob crusher. Now, we're totally going to need some range add-ons. So a +3. I'm suspecting you're not going to be enough. But let's see. Show working area. Are you showing or what? Actually, yeah, +3 works. +3 works. Your only problem being is that you're up 1 level. So, Mob Slaughter Factory, meh. You're not going to kill the things that are 1 block tall, but when we do this, he will. So my basic plan is that I want them both running, and like I've done in previous series, the way it's going to work is, let's see real quick, range add-on 3. 2, 2, and 4, and then you've got the fluid. Cool. The way it's going to work is like in previous series, where I'm basically going to let it run and hope that, you know, on average, half the time one block will kill the mobs, the other half the time the other block will kill them. Just whichever happens to spawn in the timing that works out, right? So now I can craft this, which shouldn't be too bad. Should take about a minute. Then we can go down and stick it in the other dude, and I'm going to control them with redstone signals, maybe. And because we've got Project Red, we can do some cool redstone-y control, I think. Right? So you can stop showing your working area. You can start showing your working area with a range out on 3, and you'll cover the whole room. Perfectly. Perfectly. That's what I want to see. Nice. Now, the mob crusher is the one that makes items. So I want you to run with redstone signal. And you run with no redstone signal? That could be cool. And then we could use the same signal to control... Well, I kind of want them both to run with redstone signal. So let's experiment a smidge with Project Red. Now, we're also going to need to give you guys power, which is going to be a little bit of a trick, right? So let's get some flux. Let's get that covered first, because we know we're going to need to. And we can use our basic universal cable for these, because I don't remember them taking too much power. Okay. Boom. Now everybody's got power, and you're ready to go. Now, let's use Project Red. And I might need to teach you a few things about, like, the stabilized stuff. So first off, what do we got here? We've got some white insulated cable, so that looks cool. And then maybe we'll get orange insulated wire, which will make like this. Does that sound good? And we can probably teach you how to make orange dyes with stuff. With you. Cool. And then let's also do magenta and light blue. And then light blue is made like this. And magenta is made like that. Cool. Sweet. Yeah, none of your insulated wires show, huh? That's cool. But it shows in here, and that's what counts. All right, cool. So give me, like, I don't know, 5 of these. You're going to craft 12 at a time, so that's fine. You're probably smelting, I would think. Yeah. I should put dye seeds, because I don't think we have them growing, really. We don't have dye down there, do we? Dye essence? We do not. I should add that to the farm at some point, but we'll get there. And then give me another batch of these. Oh, you're missing wool? Really? I thought we were cool on wool. But yeah, another batch of these would be most appreciative. And then I would also like you to know how to do framed wire. That's what I'm thinking. And I'm teaching it framed and bundled cable as well. All right, I have no idea how well this is going to work, but I made a bunch of the things that I need to make. Let's see. So if I did this, and then we put this guy here, and then put this guy here, and then we made you... I don't know if I need the framed dudes here or what. What I'm thinking is I need a framed white and a framed orange. We're missing sticks. Do we not know how to make sticks? Is that a thing that I haven't taught you how to make yet? Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, I would like to know how to make sticks. We will get there, but just... I don't want to run all the way back to my crafting dude and teach it. Right? So just for giggles, because it's been so long since we've gotten to play with this, can I do this and that? And then framed bundle cables? And then bundled cables? And then orange and white? Right? This is what's supposed to work, right? It looks good to me. Cool. So if I hit the white lever, one of these should be running. Hey, the mob crusher. And if I hit the orange lever, hey, the slaughter factory's running. That's kind of cool. And then I can have them both off or both on. I love it. Both on? Yes. That is cool. That is cool. It's been so long since we played with Project Red. I love it. It's so good. Right? Isn't it so good? That is super cool. That is super neat. Now, if we wanted to, we could absolutely run these guys to here. Okay. And we're going to need that strip in a sec, but I better keep the lighting going because we don't want mobs spawning back here. But what we can do then is boop, boop. And then have you and you, but we don't want them connecting, so we're going to do the strip. Okay. And then we can do boop, boop. Cool. And then that should activate the crusher. Crusher. Slaughter. Cool. So crusher off. And that should be the slaughter factory, which is the bottom one. Sweet. That is super slick. Ah, what's happening? Oh, really? I would like one of those. So first off, stop hitting me. And second off, give me that item. How rude. He didn't give me the item. I got the item, the Trident. Nice! Cool. I've legit never used a Trident before, so I'm kind of curious to see how it works. But that's like a thing, right? So you can left click to hit dudes. What do? Hold right click to throw it? But then you have to go back and get it. But don't you enchant it with something to make it come back by itself? Ooh, increases damage dealt to water-based mobs. Trident returns after being thrown. Loyalty. Nice. And then mending, obviously. Riptide. Thrown tridents carry the wielder under certain conditions. Increases effective durability. Okay, cool. So loyalty is what we want. So that's going to be a thing we're going to want to eventually get. But anyway, back to what we were working on, which is the real focus of this episode, which is the mob farm. Sweet. So now we can control the slaughter and the crusher with levers, which I think is cool, right? And we might as well put the sign up there that'll say lights, so that I remember what all these levers do. Cool? Cool. I like it. I really actually do. I think it's super neat. Alright, so anyway, back to what we were working on. So I want the slaughter factory to be online. Boom. We want the lights to be off. Okay, so now the slaughter factory is running. I'm going to exchanger you with some cursed earth, probably. Though I might as well just place it. And what he should do is spread. So tick accelerating might not be a bad idea. Or it'll be the worst idea. We'll find out. Hooray! That is cool. That is cool. Now we should probably do something with Xnet back here rather than this, because we're going to need to access these fluids, and we're going to need to be able to access the items. So Xnet is absolutely in my future, because I think it's one of the very few mods that can do item, fluid, and energy transfer through the same pipes. I don't think there's anything else in this version of Minecraft that can do it, because Ender.io hasn't been around for ages, right? So yeah, so let's put all this wiring stuff away. I don't know why I have 2 stacks of stone cutters. How did that happen? Does anyone know how I got 2 stacks of stone cutters in my inventory? Because I legitimately do not. How in the world did I get 2 stacks of stonecutters? Do I need to go back and look at the recorded footage? Because hopefully it happened while I was recording. I have no idea. Maybe during the Tyrian stage? Ooh, it might have been while I was crafting Tyrian. Did that happen while I was making Tyrian? I bet it did, and I didn't even notice. Guaranteed that's when it happened. Anyway, so Curse with Mob Farm is running. Let's get into Xnet now real quick. So, gonna need to program you guys some basic-y Xnet-y things. So we want an Xnet controller, which means that you're gonna need to know how to make machine frames, which means that you're gonna have to need to know how to make blue dye from lapis, which means you're gonna also have to know how to make redstone repeaters. And facades I don't super need. Routers and wireless routers we don't super need. The antenna stuff we rarely use. Proxies we don't typically use. But having cables would be nice. So we do want to make those. And we should probably teach you that red dye comes from beetroot maybe? Yeah, why not? That should be cool. And then red connectors could be a thing. And that should be a big old win. Boop, boop. So let's get some Xnet-y stuff. So I'd like a controller, please. Thank you. And we'd also like about 32-ish of you. And then about 10 of these. Oh, we're missing beetroot. I don't have beetroot growing, but I should. Or we could use the dye. I do have beetroot over here. I lied. I do have a little bit growing. Not a ton. Not a ton. How's my bone mealing situation? Not terrible. I could bone meal up some beetroot. Wow, you take a lot of bone meal. Beetroot takes a lot of bone meal, doesn't it? That's some serious beetrooting. I could also use, obviously, the dye essence, which I probably will at some point. I'll probably switch that recipe. Connector. You still need more beetroot, don't you? Oh my goodness. Xnet. How about 8 connectors? Can I do that? That I can do. Let's go consider swapping that recipe though. And we should really plant dye seeds. It's just I'm trying to focus on one thing in today's episode and not get too sidetracked because you know it happens that I do that sometimes. But you make 6 at a time, so that's cool. Excellent. All right, now let's get 3 tanks. 1, 2, 3. And I pre-crafted the upgrades for these guys. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. You guys are going to store liquid experience, meat, and pink slime. Deal? Deal. So you're going to probably go here, here, and here. We're going to want to disconnect you guys. Okay. And then we're going to want our Xnet controller for programming. All right. So Xnet controller. Let's get our connectors, which are here. Boop. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I guess I don't really need you guys to talk to that, but I also guess it doesn't hurt if you talk to that. So we'll just leave it be. Yeah, it works. And then we're also going to want probably, you know what I could use as an ender chest? Or do we want to set up a drawer system over here? Drawer system might be cool. Drawer system might be cool. All right, but right now you're doing the pink slime and the liquid meat thing. So let's get that sorted, right? So first things first, let's do an energy channel. Okay? And you're going to want to extract energy from here and insert into these guys. Right? And at this point, you guys should have power again and be no problemo. Nice. Cool. And then we're going to want a fluids network. Okay? And we're going to want to filter what fluids you get. Right? Because we're going to want to designate that, hey, this fluid comes from here. Is there any way to, like, click drain from item? Right-click to drain from item. Let's do that, right? That sounds like a plan. Or, you know what I could do? We could just do it with the knot. Yeah, let's do it with the knot for now. Because I'm only drawing one. Okay, yeah, that works. So you are this guy. So I'm thinking I want the meat to be this one. Yes, let's make the liquid meat this one. So you're going to insert liquid meat. Okay. So that looks cool. And then you are going to insert I can't blacklist liquid meat. That might be annoying. Let's remove you then. And let's get the mob slaughter factory set to extract. So he starts running, so that's cool. And then once he's empty enough, I should be able to yoink some pink slime. Sweet. Okay. So I'm going to disable the channel. Enable processing is off. We're going to go to this guy, which is this one here. And we're going to set you up to insert with a filter of pink slime. Cool. And now if we turn the channel back on, boom. How cool is that? You should be working. That's the theory. Hey, yeah, there it goes. Nice. Cool. It went. Beautiful. All right. Now what I'm going to do is toggle these guys. Boop, boop. And then you should be running now, Mob Crusher. And we're getting not only mob essence, but items. And we'll handle the item stuff in a minute. But first I want the mob essence covered. Right? So as soon as we get a bucket's worth of mob essence, then I can disable the channel for a sec. Come to this guy, create an insertion, filter it to mob essence, and then re-enable the channel. And then also set an extract on you. Boom! Mob essence. Ha-ha! Victory is mine. And we're getting lots of items, which is also victory is mine. So there. Cool? I like it. I'm liking this setup. It's been a while since we went like full-blown all the things, right? It's been a little bit. It's been a hot minute since we've done something like this. I do like. And we could speed this up if we needed to, but I don't know that we need to. So should we go drawers? I feel like drawers would be a cool way to go. So let's do that. Because I can make, you know, let's make a dozen of these. Oh, you're missing wood. Of course you are. We need some nature essence here. I need to get this sorted for sure. But give me some wood. Wow, you are just really going crazy, aren't you? I have a lot of nature essence, don't I? There you go. All the wood for days. I think you should make 12 of those, even though I requested 10, because you make 4 at a time, right? Yipper. And we might want some storage upgrades, but let's just get a drawer controller real quick. And then let's get a key. And then your job will be to store the items over here. So what if we had a 1, 2, 3, 4. And we could have the controller like that. And then lock everybody to ensure that you're all connected. Okay. And then like that. A little dire wiry, but it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I could probably clean this up a little, if I'm being honest. If I'm being honest, I could clean this up a little. Let's do it, just because I'm trying to stay neat this series. What if we replaced you guys? And we had this. I hear you. I hear you guys being a nuisance. I'm trying to build here and you guys are all being gurgly. Where can I make this connector at? You know what I'll do is I'll put it like this, He doesn't seem to want to connect. That looks better. Cool. Alright, so you are going to extract from here. And you guys should have power again. As long as you're fully powered, I'm happy. But then also you're losing power, so we should insert you into the controller, and then you should be maxed out power now. Beautiful. And then that didn't mess with anything else. So now we want to create an items channel. Xnet items channel. Okay. And we want to insert into the drawer controller everything. And we want to extract from the mob crusher everything. Now the problem is we can't extract anything because of whitelisting, right? So when I do this, boom, he should now be able to draw out gunpowder. Cool. Now I wouldn't mind the extract running at stacks at a time. Okay. And then let's start, you know, getting some stuff that we're going to want you to be able to handle. Okay. And I don't know that I'm going to do a rhyme or reason to any of this stuff. We're just gonna throw it all in there, kind of willy-nilly. Doesn't have to be perfect, right? Doesn't have to be anything particularly crazy. We'll see. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. We're getting most of the things covered. Now my concern would be armors and bows kind of stuff. Ooh, bliss cubes, that sounds cool. So we're gonna have to kind of watch this. And then we want to probably trash can it, but that'll probably need to be whitelisted. We're either going to want to whitelist what goes into a trash can, or we could put it all into a chest, and we could use a priority system. Let's do that. Let's do that. So let's have an overflow chest here for the time being. And then once we're confident that we've captured all the things that could be overflowy chesty, then we can turn that overflow chest into a trash can. Deal? All right. So you on the insert should be priority 10, let's say. And then you can also be an insert priority 0. And I'm assuming, I don't know what's a higher priority, so we'll find out with these slime balls. So it definitely did this, which is good. And the slime balls, I presume, are going into here. So what that should do is overflow anything into that chest. And then if we find something in there that should go into the drawer system, we'll move it, right? And now we should also have some drawer upgrades. So let's make a few emerald upgrades, because you know. And then we also want some void upgrades. Okay. Cool. And we'll see how many more of these we wind up filling, which will determine from this. Alright. I like it. Not a bad little mob farm going on in there. Now, if we wanted to, we could absolutely leave this alone. The only thing is we can't turn it off ever, which is a little bit of a bummer, right? So I might flip it to mechanical dirt. We'll see. But I would call that a good wrapping up point, right? So we'll wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next time. We'll find out what kind of overflow items showed up in my iron chest here. And then meanwhile, we'll have all this stuff happening. I could also throw like a trash can. I don't know. I forget what happens with these guys. Like if this one fills up, I don't know. It doesn't matter. One way or another, we'll figure it out. But I could do like a fluid trash can with a low priority, right? So these guys could all be high priority, and the fluid trash can could be low, and then it'll keep these guys empty. I don't think it matters if they back stuff though, so we'll figure it out. Anyway, wrapping up point for the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll come back next time and just check in on how this mob farm has been working out. I do want a cat in a hat, because that's a good time. But overall, I think this is a pretty cool system. I really do. I hope you guys like it, because I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's cool. I think it looks good. I think it functions well. I got to play with Project Red, which always makes me happy and puts a smile on my face. Bell 20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.